welcome to this tutorial on how to digitize hedges and fences on Romani maps. In this video, we will explore how to create and modify the geometry data in the fences layer. And finally, we will wrap it up by demonstrating how to synchronize data so as to work offline and upload to the server once you have finished. As you can see, the app is fired up. We have the layer panel on the left side of the screen. Expand the layers to reveal important data that will be necessary for this exercise. Before we begin digitizing, you need to first use the pan and zoom tools to move the map in the map view to the correct geographical area that you are going to create the data. You can achieve this quickly by expanding the My Places layer and clicking on the Safaricom data to move the map to the correct view. Now back to the layer panel. You will notice the planner streets, the Nairobi tiles, and the buildings layer. The planner streets and the buildings layer are used as guides to enable us capture our fences correctly. We don't need to edit them, so you will highlight them and set as unselectable. Next is the Nairobi tiles layer, which will help you identify the correct image tile number that you have been assigned to digitize the fences. So I'm going to pick this one and make sure that the tile is in edit mode, highlight the layer and set as selectable, then toggle the edit tool. The image tile layer uses different color codes to indicate progress status, whether it's digitizing ongoing, digitizing complete, quality control ongoing, and quality control complete. For any tile that has not been assigned, you will notice that it has no color code. Now identify the assigned image tile number by zooming in and selecting the tile. For this demonstration, let's pick on 38,048 tile number. If the image tile ID is not visible enough, just toggle off the aerial view to confirm the tile ID number, then zoom in to select it. I am going to use select by rectangle to select the tile. A pop-up window appears on the right side of the screen, where you can now edit your progress status and enter the percentage of your progress status. Notice the color code change as I switch the progress status. When I set it at digitizing complete, the color switches to orange. When I switch it at quality control ongoing, the color switches to green. And when I switch back to digitizing ongoing, the color switches back to red. Just remember to hit on the save button once you're done with the edits and toggle off the edit mode. Let's switch our aerial view back on. Also, don't forget to set the Nairobi tiles layer back to unselectable before you proceed to digitizing. Let's look at digitizing now. For now, we have the hedge fence sync layer. This is a synchronized layer, so by default, there is nothing except where you have data. To get data at first, you need to download the data. Then you can work offline or online as you want. To download, you right-click on the layer and pull the data. You will not pull all features, but only the feature change from the last time you synchronized. To be able to work properly, you choose your area, a small one. Then you define a synchronized area on the current extent. You can do this by right-clicking on the hedge fence sync layer. Then you limit sync to the current extent. To download or pull the data, right-click on the Edge Fence synchronized layer to reveal the context menu. We have three options of pulling the data. There is the manual mode, the auto pull, and the auto synchronization mode. Manual mode means that you will manually pull or download the data every time and also manually upload your local or offline changes to the server. This is important if you have a poor internet connection or you're offline and you can upload your changes once your connection is restored. The auto pull basically means you download the data from the server on the synchronized extent. And if you click on the auto sync, you get an automatic upload or download synchronization with the server every time you do modifications. So I set it to auto sync. You can see a mask to show which area is synchronized. And also you can see the features are downloaded. So here you have synchronized every feature for this area and you are sure to be up to date for this area. So now you should be zoomed in enough so that your new fence feature will have an appropriate scale. Turn on your buildings and your planner streets as guides. Then when you're ready, you can right click on the Edge Fence feature and toggle the edit mode on. Click on the draw features icon to start drawing your fences. After you make your first click, you will notice that the line sketches to follow the mouse cursor around as you move it. Each time you click with the left mouse button, a new vertex will be added to the map. When you have finished defining your fence, double-click the right mouse button to complete your edit. A pop-up window appears on the right side of the screen and you can enter all the attribute data for the fence. If you are unsure of the data for a given field, you can leave it blank, but be aware that if you leave a lot of fields blank, it will be hard to make a useful map from your data.